You probably heard lots of talk about fixing our nation's broken immigration system over the past few months, and maybe you're wondering how immigration reform will affect American jobs and our economy.
Americans claim immigrants are taking their jobs, but immigrants end up with the jobs Americans don't want. Working in the fields can be hard work considering how hot or cold the weather can be, as well as carrying heavy loads of vegetables and fruit. Americans claim that working in the fields is easy money, but aren't willing to do the work. There is a guest worker program that allows farm workers to hire immigrants legally and to avoid lawsuits. It also gives immigrants more of a reason to stay and gives them a sense of security. About 20% of immigrants that own businesses began with $50,000 or more for startup capital, in comparison to 15.9% of non-immigrants. Immigrants and non-immigrants use the same sources such as bank loans, credit cards, and personal assets. They contribute greatly to the economy by having high businesses, providing more opportunities for those who are looking for jobs.
Immigration reform will make it easier for entrepreneurs to come here and start businesses, creating good jobs for American workers. Reform will make it easier for highly skilled immigrants and those educated in U.S. colleges and universities to work right here in America, developing the new technologies and innovative processes that make our economy more productive and more competitive. And a highly skilled workforce and a more productive economy increases the rate of return for businesses and companies who invest in the United States of America.
An important point has been made here, and it is that the immigration reform would help fix the Social Security problem, although some lawmakers still question the long-term impact of earned legalization on Social Security. The answer here is obvious. Legalizing the undocumented would lead to significant economic gains for Americans. We know that the Social Security system is facing financial strains and will continue to grow largely as soon as the baby boomers exit the system. But why wait until then and hope there is a relief after? Allowing the undocumented workers to contribute more can help this problem. Although they already contribute to economic health and do make substantial contributions to Social Security through payroll tax, it isn't enough. We have millions of undocumented workers who are contributing far less than they could do otherwise. They should be brought out of the shadows, allowing them to participate more in society. It will definitely help the Social Security problem as well as other services. This immigration reform has potential to help this country.
A reform and efficient immigration system can promote economic growth, smaller budget deficit, and ease the challenges of reforming unsustainable federal health and retirement programs. The Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates that immigration reform would increase the gross domestic product by 3.3% in 2023 and 5.4% in 2033, an increase of roughly $700 billion in 2023 and $1.4 trillion in 2033. The estimated cost plays a vital role in budgeting process. It would change revenue, spending, and would cut deficits.
Now, there's a bipartisan immigration bill before Congress that would fix our broken immigration system. This comprehensive legislation does a number of things. It strengthens our borders. It provides a pathway to earn citizenship for the 11 million people who are here illegally, and it will boost economic growth. The bill will drive growth by bringing highly skilled scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs to the United States. At the same time, the bill will create a new wave of consumers who will fuel demand and generate economic activity. The effect will be enormous. More new businesses, more new jobs, and more exports. We also will see our deficits shrink. With added workers on the payroll, Social Security and Medicare will be put on more stable footing. In fact, according to the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, this legislation will lower our deficits by nearly $1 trillion over the next 2 decades. So it's important for our economy and for who we are as a people that we reform our immigration system. And I hope
Deportation of immigrant workers is expensive and costly. A year ago, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, broke down the cost per person being deported and estimated to be about $12,500. Now imagine deporting an entire family. That would probably cost more than a teacher's salary. Doing mass deportation is basically a crime against humanity. By deporting immigrants, we are contradicting America being the new world with a diverse population.
A lot of people in America think that immigration shouldn't be allowed. They think that immigrant workers shouldn't be documented legally into the country. They think this is bad for the economy, mainly because immigrants take American jobs. Not only do they think that illegal immigrants have taken American workers' jobs, they think that illegal workers drive down the wages for many other jobs. This is because the millions of American workers who has lost their jobs to illegal immigrants still need jobs. Overall, Americans believe that illegal immigrants has taken away American jobs and has driven down the wages for many other jobs that remain in the country.
What would you do to change the movement of immigration?
First, I would say activism, voting, marching, getting your voice heard. The second, I would say, is that we need to overhaul the government agency, the immigration agency. It's not effective. Why is it taking people 3 years to get into the country? They apply. Why does it cost thousands of dollars? When my grandparents came, they were able to go through Ellis Island. It was really no big deal. They went in, they gave their name, they gave their families' names, and they were citizens.
Right.
So
Your grandparents
Yeah.
came to America. Why do you think that it has become so much harder for immigrants nowadays versus when your grandparents came?
Well, I just think that maybe the agency has gotten too big, too much, too many rules, too many laws, makes it difficult. The system isn't streamlined. I really don't know why it's become as difficult that it has, but I just know that it doesn't work. It's not an easy process.